Hello Patreon, welcome to the weirdly lit room. I just have all these random lights hung up in the ceiling in here right now. I haven't really done much with it, so it looks kind of funky, but this is like the quote, like anything's clean around here, this is the quote clean room of the shop where I've been trying to set it up for spraying and stuff, and right now I'm setting up my guitar booth because this weekend is this guitar show that I've been prepping for and excited about. This is my setup for it. I don't know if you can see it all. I made this sign that also holds guitars, which this is a sign I made a bunch of years ago for when I did like a maker fair, and I converted it to hold a bunch of guitars, and there's actually some string lights going around the arrow there that I'll have lit up. I don't have any batteries in it right now. The idea is that when I do these types of shows, I want my space to look totally different than everybody else's space, and everybody else is going to have a 6 foot by 30 inch table with a hotel like skirt on it and a white tablecloth or whatever. But not me. That table's gone. I'm like this, and so that's going to make me stand out, is the theory. You know, hopefully. This is the guitar I'm giving away at the show, so instead of having the big 6 foot table, I was like, I just want a small table that I can fit that guitar on, put a laptop on for people to sign up, business cards or whatever, and then just, you know, guitars. I want people to be able to kind of walk into the space and hang out in it with me, rather than, you know, just walking by a table with a bunch of guitars on it. So we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, if I don't have room for that rack, I made this sort of welded rack out of a pallet. You know, I'll show you, it's kind of cool. I put it on wheels, so it would double as a cart, and this pole actually comes right out, so I can kind of use it as a cart and stack stuff on to load in and out. Kind of industrial looking. So if I don't have room for that, I'm going to manufacture today, after I'm done talking to you. I think I'll do it really quick. I have this guitar stand that I sort of ripped off the design. Other people make them, but it's like 2 pieces of plywood that, it's this way. So it's a flat pack kind of thing that you can put in your guitar case, and I don't think I'm gonna ever make these to sell them or anything like that, but they're because I don't know, they don't really work good out of wood. You have to, it gets, you know, because the wood grain changes and stuff, so plywood's really like the best bet for it. I was making it out of plexiglass too, which is kind of cool. But so if my rack doesn't work, I'm just gonna have a bunch of these. I can just put a bunch of guitars on that and adjust accordingly. So I'm still figuring all that out. I'm really excited about it because it's sort of new for me. I've never done a guitar show. I've done these types of trade shows, you know, as a furniture maker or whatever, but they're not really for me, and we'll see how this goes. If it goes well, I might do more of them, you know, I don't know. But it's been fun. I like I like setting up this little world. So that's what I've been up to, really. I got done with, the last time I talked, I was busy with all these like large projects, and I got those all done. So I was able to put some time into this. I have a few more days, and now what I'm going to do is go through all these guitars and really spit shine them and check every fret and make sure they're all playing perfectly and the best I can. And if they're not, I'm not going to bring them to the show because I've got enough. So we'll see what happens. You know, local people, hopefully they'll want me to make them a guitar. Well, we'll see. But it's been a lot of fun, you know. I hope you guys are having fun too in what you do. And if it's a job that isn't necessarily fun, I hope it's financing the time and providing you the time to do things that are fun. Because, I don't know, life is not fun sometimes. Chairs here that I'm taking to the show with me instead of using their folding chairs. I got these from like one of these like sort of antique kind of junk collector type guys that sells reclined upcycled stuff or whatever. He had a stack of them, and I grabbed a few and I gave a couple away. But some guy just made these. They're not a store-bought thing. He's got a piece of steel, like a high-quality steel, spring steel, and he's got this aluminum bracket here screwed into the bottom of these stools. So now it's a stool, and then pull up on the spring. And you can tell it's not factory made because when you do this, when you pull these up, you kind of pinch yourself a little bit, and there's no way like that would make it through R&D in like some store. But so some guy made these a bunch of years ago, who knows who, and they're just awesome. I love the design, and I find them really inspiring, and I hope you do too. Okay, this is an anniversary present for my wife, but she's not on Patreon, so shh. So this is some of my Sway Carolina leather, and you can see I was touching it. I got some smears on it. So I did that lace pattern into the fake leather, and then I epoxied it, but I didn't do a great job on the epoxy. There's a couple spots that lift it up and stuff, but so this is gonna be like a trivet wall hanging type thing. Because the 14th, what was it, our 13th anniversary? 13th anniversary is lace, and I always try to do like the traditional gifts, but I do like my own take on them. So that's my own weird take on that. I was super excited for this bass. This was gonna sit high on a pedestal at the show, and I don't think I'm gonna have it done in time. It's a fretless, headless Estola. I got this beautiful inlaid like wood for the cavity. I put sliders instead of knobs. I was all excited about that, but I messed up the scale of it, and the lines are in the wrong spot. I did something wrong with my math with where I put the bridge and the nut or whatever, and so it's like, it's just wrong. So the only way I can save this is I can either make another neck for it, which is what I will do, but I'm not going to have time to do that before the show, or I might try this, and I might have time before the show. I might take the neck off and just sand out the lines altogether and just make it a more traditional fretless that doesn't have cheater lines, and then remark it accordingly with just some little visual cues or something. We'll see. So I might try that. But man, I was bummed because I was like really digging the look of this one, and I feel like the finish is great. Like I just messed up. You know, sometimes you mess up. So that's what I'm doing around here. Thank you very much for all your support, for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have anything you'd like to see, I always say this, and I don't think anybody ever really takes me up on it, but if you have suggestions for things you'd like to see or you're interested in learning more about, let me know, whether it's for just Patreon or it's for the world, you know, and I will do my best to accommodate. But again, thank you all very much. I like making these little updates. I hope you enjoy them. It's almost good for me because I sort of think out loud about what's going on, and it kind of helps me focus, because as you probably guessed from watching me this long, I get a little scattered. So, all right. Thanks a lot, and be good.